back at it again. Final push, yeah. Although we have to see how long the final push is, you know. But oop. That bubble hitbox, just your generic Touhou bubble box. Wah. An itch on my eye. Nice. One tutorial. Let's get another one before we do some orange shenanigans. Sometimes that spell really just cooperates. Nice, 2 Satoris in under 5 minutes? So bad? Too far. I keep drifting too much. don't know if that swing was optimal. I feel like I just overthink this spell too much. Ooh, come on, let's... Panic. I am really struggling to this attack right now. I think what it is, I like my idea of like playing high up conceptually, but realistically it's not often I get to do that. But I think I'm trying to force the issue too much. I think that might be what it is. I get technically slightly better damage, especially when there's bad luck when I play higher up, but I should probably... take my high up when I can get it, but right now it's easy to get. And have to play really defensive. LNN pace. That's true. Everything in practice is technically LNN pace. If you really squint hard enough. See, this is some of the danger to playing lower, but that would also have killed me if I played higher, I guess. So I should probably just play lower on that attack more. And not greed my damage. This attack sucks. Sometimes it just works. Sometimes that doesn't work. Recognizing how far you went to the right on the wave, to know how far you need to go to the left on the wave, or the next wave, without even looking at the wave is something that takes time to get used to. But also, when you play slightly to the side, you're playing at a slight angle, so it's not straight down. Kind of the red shards? Not really, no. It may look like it on the first wave that there is, but I believe it ends up just being random. Because I'm pretty sure it spawns in the same, like, fold, I guess, where it's got that, like, it's got the fade system to it, where like when the pattern spawns in, it looks like it has a rhythm, but I believe it ends up spawning, like, the angle it's at is random, I believe. Of course, you'll see here, it looks like, oh, there's a pattern to it. And so, theoretically, if it was just the one wave, you know, you can just, follow the line. But I believe the exact angle of the waves can vary. I don't know for sure, but there are a lot of SA players, especially players who spend more time than I have, and I'm sure if there was a strat for it, I would have heard about it by now. That's not saying that it's impossible for strats to be hidden and stuff, you know? Like, I kind of stumbled on that Reimu B catwalk, which is, unique for her and not the most well-documented strat out there. I feel like this is I guess there's one way to test it for sure. Let's do it in a second. Just to satisfy my curiosity, because I'm not 100% convinced by just simply saying, oh, it ain't so, because I would have heard about it. Okay, so that one, second to the bottom, just slightly left of my position. I wonder if it's aimed. Okay, yeah, it's definitely different. Yeah, it's definitely just completely random. By standing here. Also annoying because the spirit wheels are, like, not forgiving with hitboxes in this game. Like, some attacks, you know, some bullets tend to be pretty forgiving in terms of hitboxes. Those are certainly not some of them. Not bad. Ah, pretty colors. Oh yeah, give me the world's easiest wave. Holy crap, the world's easiest wave again? Thanks for the resubs, 11. Appreciate it. Beautiful. You know, when I hopped to this game, I was like, okay, Oko is going to be notably harder than Yuyuko. The more I sit around, the more I'm like, she's definitely harder, but I don't know how notable it is. No, we are practicing. Here's the thing, you can have a one-miss run into Oku and still have maximum lives based on the way the game is. Like, if you're capping basically every spell... I don't know if you can have 2 miss into Oku at max lives, but I know you can have 1 miss into Oku at max lives. So you can't even go purely by life count, too. That's another thing. The best way to tell is you look at either the score, to be like, does this look like we're on a run? Or you look at the bottom left, and is like, wait a second, that doesn't say 200,000 something. Tokamak there particularly crazy. Peta Flare is crazier than Tokamak, though. That's a thing. This spell's crazier than Tokamak. I'm not casting down light on, or I'm not saying Tokamak is easy by any means, but Tokamak is weird because it looks so terrible. And the first many times I did it, I was like, this spell is one of the worst spells I've ever done in my life. But like, Tokamak is the weird spell where it just works. It just works. CSP spam is comparable to difficult Catwalk, but I mean, maybe to an extent, but it's so difficult. Like, in terms of the difficulty they put on the run, maybe. But, like, they're so fundamentally different, too. Spam is weird, because the only thing that, like, compares well to spam is, like, books. And, like, the books equivalent section from, I think, Lotus Land. It's like, there's not much that, like, relates that, like, is a good spam equivalent. I guess maybe Laser Hell and Lol K if you're playing as, like, Marissa, or I think Raisin as well. But because spam has a much lower skill floor. Like, that's the thing. Spam is a lot easier to, like, stumble upon captures. Catswalk is a lot harder to stumble upon captures, but it's a lot easier to get consistent. That's the thing. I'm a lot better at Catswalk than I ever was at spam. At where I currently lie. I think you can get better at spam, but it's a lot harder to get better at spam than it is some of the other things. In my opinion, at least. You know. But take it with a grain of salt. opinions have reason, but they're not absolute. Oh, you bastard. Wasn't sure where to go with that one. Who is your lowest cap? I mean, Mount Uwu is unironically a rough spell. Like, what did Alan and, like, Alan and, Altair both said that it's, that, you know, Rainbow B is, what, third hardest, Satori? And most of that difficulty comes from Mount Uwu. Like, Demon Prey definitely is, what is, I'm struggling right now. Well, like, Demon Prey definitely is thrown in there as a, you know, potentially painful spell at the very high end. And, like, Fog Labyrinth can do things, but, like, a lot of that difficulty comes from Mount Uwu. What am I talking about? Mount Uwu is a Yugi spell. Yugi spell. Well, Yugi spell is also weird. Mount Uwu is similar to Mount Toss IMO in terms of its structure. Like, most of stage 3 is relatively innocent. I hate the Yellow Knot, and I've made my complaints about UG Final before, but like, it's mostly tame. But the laser portion and Mount Uwu is definitely the hardest part of that stage. Okay, maybe lasers is harder. I don't know. It's a little hit or miss. But like, Mount Uwu is it's a pretty chaos spell that is similar in structure to something like I think one of the trickiest parts of Mount Uwu is, like, of course, looking far ahead, but that's tricky about every spell. But it's also just, like, not playing in the dead middle. Because, like, you want to play in the middle and just kind of move around to the bullets, but wherever the bullets are coming from, like when they're shooting from the left, you want to kind of go to the left. And then it starts going to the right, and then you want to make your way to the right corner and keep kind of dancing around. In some regards, it theoretically can make it worse because it's a little bit slower, but, like, I found it to have a better survival rate. To play it defensively, to play Mount Uwu defensively and move in the direction that the bullets are coming from, because it makes it a lot less awkward when she changes direction. This spell's awkward. Although I don't think I have to tell anybody that. There's probably someone out there who you're like, oh, Catwalk's hard. There's probably someone in the world who, like, would respond with, Catwalk's actually easy. Someone has to have done that before. and lock in. It's a good way to have a heart attack by the time you're 25. Oh, you had that. You just use your 3 bombs. That's actually kind of unironically true. Because PDH is very bombable. So, like, all you have to do is really with a... If you have, like, 3 bombs, you really just have to get through, like, the first 2 phases of PDH, which is not bad. And then... I don't think 3 bombs makes it free, but... But PDH is free, honestly, dude. Easiest spell in Touhou. I don't know what these nerds are talking about. Play real attacks like Fog Labyrinth, clearly. I really don't remember. I was playing Reimu, I don't know the details. If you're playing as Racing, you could probably just piss and, like, not even play the game half the time and do, like, a bomb and you're fine because her bombs are her bombs, but... That's like Icefall, true. I'll still say, the 2 mid-boss nons here, this spell into the part immediately after this, probably the hardest stretch of the game. But honestly, the second hardest stretch probably being Satori. This is 3 Satori spells in a row. Problem is, basically everything on, like, Oku is like, oh, here's a difficult spell, oh, here's something that's not at bad, oh, here's a difficult spell, oh, here's something that's not bad. Rhythmic cry during ice football. Do you ever... Do not call me a super player, I'll ban you from my chat. Speaking of Icicle Fall, you know it's one of my favorite things? People like to call Chirno an idiot, of course. And of course, we all know the 9 incident. But I love that, like, one of the justifications people use for it is because Icicle Fall on normal has a safe spot right in front of her, so she's stupid enough to have that safe spot. It's like, you know how many bosses have safe spots? I don't know if I'll hit sub 19 seconds quickly, though. Very easy for a beginner, dude. Here's the number of safe spots that a beginner could do pretty well. Some of them are slightly harder than others, I'll give credit. Some of them might need, like, a tiny bit of practice. Game 3? Well, I don't really know normal safe spots, but okay, Stage 6, Yomu mid-spell. Let's go. Orin non-1 this game. Boom. There's another one that just came to mind. Oh, Sakuya mid-non, Stage 5. Will easily reach stage 5 and 6. I don't know normal freaking safe spots. I'm just talking in general. Safe spots that are easy, that you could show a beginner and within 5 minutes they could be executing. If you throw a true beginner in, are they going to even, like, recognize Icicle Fall being a safe spot? Without being told that ahead of time? Which means, like, if he plays this game, I can pay $5 whole. Here's your coaching for this game. Just follow exactly what I'm doing, and you should be able to get a lunatic clear. Just go watch my one miss. Just follow exactly what I did, and you'll get a one miss. Easy, dude. Honestly. I'll send you my replay, and then you can claim it as your own. Schmucky for Game Jam. You made a game for Game Jam? Huh. That just ended like a couple hours ago. I didn't know there was one going on right now. Although I know they happen fairly often, so. I guess I'm not that surprised. You ever just get so in the zone that you're just kind of like ripping through catwalks? The problem is I eventually reach a point, like right now, I'm cognizant of it, and I'm probably going to start struggling again. See. You made a funky race. Did you say funky? Goku, what a fucking... IOSYS and its consequences have been disastrous for the Touhou community. Got a shirt with flames on it. Yo, spitting fire. Scarlet Police on Ghetto Patrol, Kirino's Perfect Math Class, and Marissa's Still Precious Thing have been disastrous for the Touhou community. Ooh, I'm over a 25% cap rate on this now, yeah, aren't I? Historic cap rate. All cam, by the way, yeah. Come on, let's get 2 more, round myself out to 680. See, this is the problem with doing like a 50 set or something, which is why I don't really do it. It's like what just happened. I had that like 15 where I was like, I was just on fire with them. Like I was just in the zone, and then you just get out of the zone. It's like it's so easy to get in the zone, and it's so easy just to lose it. Touhou and its consequences have been disastrous for the human race. SMH my head. Stretch. Go kill trillions, it's true. Zune is actually from the future, and Touhou is just what the future looks like after mass destruction. People get so mutated, they started having powers like being able to make gaps, and then they got segmented into their own little bubble, away from the new simulated world of the future. And that's how Gensokyo came to be. You get put in Gensokyo, your role is is unnamed Fisherman 2. Dude, I wish Oku would feed me plutonium. Fishman sounds comfy. At least it does sound comfy. You could fish up your fish wife like Waggy Saggy, and then boom, live happily ever after. Copium. By Lunarians. Do the Lunarians abduct people? Last I saw, you just hope not to be a lunar rabbit, and then you're fine. As far as I see, they tend to just kind of like... The Lunarians just tend to kind of do their own thing. As long as they aren't being invaded by Clownpiece. I'm not saying it's impossible that the Lunarians abduct people. I'm just saying I haven't heard of that one. Could you not? If you come into my corner, I'm going to kill you. Abducted fisherman. I did hear that story. She talks about it in Misty's Izakaya. They reference that. Everyone's angry. Yeah, but now she's on Earth and got corrected, so, you know. There was a few rabbit casualties in the process, but, you know. The lunar capital has fallen. Billions must die. Do you think Aaron sells Adderall? If you're in Gensoku, you need something to just hook up with Aaron. Think she sells weed? Hanako caught Sanai with her weed stash again. I think Aaron sells Viagra. Or is that a problem in Gensokyo? Well, here's the thing. She can make things. But the question is, does she sell them? I'm not counting TW as a source for this. Hey, thanks for good luck, House. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh, I'm not insane. Don't worry. I'm not a beta male gooner who started balding at the age of 20. Lasers! Lasers! That's sketchy. Can't wait to get done with work tomorrow, because then I'm gonna have 4 days in a row with no work. It's going to be great. Tomorrow's also gonna be Blizzard, which is not gonna be fun after I get back from work, so then I gotta take care of the driveway. But you know, you win some, you lose some. Vacation days very rare. I mean, depends on what you mean by that. I definitely don't believe they're in as much abundance as some other places. I'll give you that much, but like. That's you! Oh my gosh! I mean, it's really job specific. Like, most different places have their own rules. There's probably some universal law about it, but I don't really know the details. To be honest, I don't really know my exact days off, because I never take all of them off in a year. Like, I've been working full-time here for several years. Probably have a fair bit of time off. I just never... I mean, I took 2 days off for my friend's wedding back in September, I think it was. Somewhere around then. Otherwise, I haven't taken days off since 2 Easters ago. Like, I just don't really take days off. Also, whatever I don't use for vacation days, I can cash in at the end of the year. Also, I get to, like, what are called personal vacation days in a year, and if I don't use those carry over from year to year. But all my normal vacation days, they don't roll over, but I can literally cash them out. And considering I don't really have a reason to take off work, like, ever. I don't like going out of town. Broadly speaking, I don't like going on vacation. So it's like, it's only for special occasions, and that's rare. Yeah, that's definitely more than here, but there's a big asterisk on it in where, like, who gets what. Like, my dad gets over, like, 3 weeks a year or something. He's also been working full-time in the industry for, 4 years at this point. That's another thing. Most places, working full-time, generally part-timers earn very little in terms of time off. For what I know, I haven't worked full-time or part-time in a long time, so I don't know for sure. I think it tends to be very company-based. Oops. Too much. Resetting stage 4. I've been resetting in stage 4 for like a month now. Like, realistically, there's a world I'm supposed to reset on 1 miss stage 4s, but generally 2 miss stage 4 is my limit. Like, a 1 miss, I'll play it out. I used to not reset on 2 miss stage 4s. I would only reset on 3 misses, but I'm at the point where I'll reset on a 2 miss stage 4. I don't like a 1 miss stage 4 by any means, but I'll probably play it. Down to 2 miss. Yeah, I just missed previously. Satori, non-2, and Mountain Toss. 2 miss. Uno, dos. Two misses on Scenario Turn 2. There's only 1 miss there, right? Ooh! Yeah, well, Japan also has that, die-hard work ethic thing, you know? Which, on one hand, is respectable, and on the other hand, it's also unrespectable. It's kind of a weird mix, you know, but... Lo and behold, it's kind of weird, but, like, different countries are different. It's kind of weird. Bleh. miss a P there? No, 3.10. You filthy wench. Sorry, scurvy wench. Piter? I want to kill that Piter. Ooh. Best run today. I had a pace up to Satori. It's also my only run today. It's been mostly practice before that. I like starting him right here. Come on, Spider. Much better. Gotta get that graze. Most important part of the run, of course, is obviously getting graze. You ever have a thing where it's like you have your time, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed at this point today. The next thing you know, it's 40 minutes later because you had YouTube up on your phone in bed for too long. For that. Well, the problem is I check the time for that, and I'm like, what's 10 minutes? And then 10 minutes go by. It's like, what's 10 minutes? And then another 10 minutes go by. You're like, it's 10 minutes. Oh, you're a human. Flashbacks to last night playing soccer. It could fix her. I've probably seen a good, half a dozen to a dozen people say that about Parsi before. Parsi seems to, attract that crowd. Of a bridge, yeah. Tetanus. Real paperclip. Why do you have a 2-year-old paperclip with you? I don't know of any paper clips near my desk that I'm at risk of getting tetanus over. Oh, that's a nice amount of graves. Yeah, I like funny jokes. Pretty old. Was the paperclip rusty? Can paperclips get rusty? I can't say I've ever seen a rusty paperclip before. Because last I checked, that's like the only way you're at like risk of tetanus. I don't know. Similar at the end of the day, I guess. Like, same concept, where it's like... I mean, how much do they get rusty? Throw them in a pond, maybe? Yeah, you know, that probably would work. I do have a pond in my backyard. It's kind of frozen right now during the summer. It has hordes of ducks. And the line of ducks, it's also really funny with the ducks, because during the summer, like, there can be, like, 60 ducks out there. And it's really funny because during the summer, our neighbor across the street up one house, there were, like, duck feed and stuff out in their yard. And so, the ducks walk over there. They fly back to the pond. They fly back across the street, back into the pond. But the ducks walk to the other side of the street. So you'll see during the summer, cars slow down in front of your house, in front of my house, look outside, and you just see a line. They walk single file, and there's like 60 of them, just walking across the street. Sometimes more. I've counted more. Should try to take a picture of them at some point when the duck season rolls around. Free chicken dinner. That'd be a free duck dinner, excuse you? Bro doesn't know his animals? I live in a big hunting area, But I live in city limits, which is not hunting. Hunting isn't allowed. Although I don't know what the rule is for ducks. Because deer hunting is the big thing in my area. I don't know what the rules are for ducks. I didn't know calling ducks or chickens. I didn't know that calling ducks chickens is racism. Check your duck privilege, SMH my head. It's also funny because the ducks, or not this much, it's not as funny, but it's kind of funny. Because we have a giant front window and a big back door to our deck that the ducks, sometimes when they're flying, they're like, ooh, that's a good path. And then they go ram right into the window and or door. Not the most common occurrence, but they've run into either one multiple times. The answer is you just hang things on the windows. Like little sticky things that you can just put on the windows or something for decoration. You put those on, the ducks don't run into the windows anymore, generally speaking. Occasionally birds, some other birds have done that too, but it's mostly the ducks. I've seen a few chickadees and stuff hurt themselves and or kill themselves running through our window. Like Dragon Maid. Ducks, that must be a big pond. It's not like the largest pond you've ever seen. It's just, I mean, it's a good size. It's decent size, but like they fit. Like I've seen up to 100 ducks. Okay, approximately. I counted large number, approximately that much. I didn't count exact. But like you see a lot of them out there. At times during the summer. Like, if you get a good day, there's a lot of them. Maybe at some point I'll try to remember to take a picture, throw it in the Discord. Whenever I start seeing them a handful of months from now. Depends on how big the pond is. Like some years the pond dries up a bunch and then you don't really see them. Some years it's very big and oh boy, you get a lot of ducks. Nice. Oh, the Duckburg? I did not. You ever interact with them? I mean, vaguely. Vaguely. What do I mean by vaguely? Crackers and stuff occasionally. Feed them. Although we had this big squirrel for a while that we used to feed crackers on our back deck. Called him Steve. The squirrel got fat, I tell you. I mean, besides the ducks existing, being kind of loud and stuff, and, like, sometimes hitting windows, they really don't do much. Like, there's not really many stories, because especially if you try approaching, they just fly away. Besides them crossing the road, that one's always fun, watching them single file cross the road, and then literally, like, slow down cars sometimes. Oh, I had that too! Oh, I should have had that dodge, but I went the wrong direction. Whack. Say, whack. But no, there are no good frog. There are duck stories. We used to catch frogs in the pond. So there are a bit more stories with ponds. Let me set up a duck cam, right? I'll maybe put pictures. I'm not setting up a duck cam. I like when she moves but doesn't actually change animation. It's rare, but it's funny when she does that. Ooh, disgusting. I love dying to this, folks. It means you die again. I got out of it barely. Oh, that was so gross. It's like the one lineup you don't want to see. And she gave it to me twice? At least that one was higher up. Ooh, the rare 3 miss. The orange. There. Woo! Everything. She didn't pick up my damage quick enough there. Brrr. Oh well, I'll play against the bird. That might have been early. No, I sold it slightly, but it definitely wasn't. Never mind. So I was smoking. Not too much harm in installing blazing wheels slightly longer than normal, though. The potential downside for understalling it is kind of rough. Specifically with this character. Hey, I think you can make those colors any less bright. Oh, rat. Had the dodge, but I cut back into it. That's a very quick peta. Probably did not have to pick that height of a gap. By the way, apparently she has no active hitbox during this attack, which is why I'm able to hug her there. This attack and the next attack, she apparently has no active hitbox. Similar to how Ord Final, how she doesn't have an active hitbox. You want? Yeah, go hug her right now. I mean, if you ignore the massive sun that's on top of her for this entire phase, but like that beginning part, she actually doesn't have an active hitbox during it. It's mostly really only important because she won't accidentally kick you if she runs through you during the attack transition from Tokamak to this attack. That's really where it's most notable. Oh, it's a one miss Orin. Or not Orin, Oku. Take that. The Created Sun could release some lasers to show rays of light, true. Add some lasers, add some strobe, you know? Okay, hour and a half. We still have some more time left. But that's the nice thing about Oku. Outside of literally 2 attacks, she's not bad. Like, if you get, like, UNR is pretty bad. Most of the time. Head of Flare is pretty rough. Outside of that, I mean, it, like, Tokamak and Sub-Sun are not easy, per se. But they're not that bad. I wouldn't even call them, like, really, I wouldn't even call them bad. They're tricky. But, like, when I hopped into this, I was like, you know, the difference in difficulty between this game and PCB is probably mostly going to come from Oku, but that's just not the case. The Oku versus Yuko difference is not as large as I expected it to be. And if you count the whole stage as a whole, because then you throw in spam, and it's like stage 6 of this game is not that much of a step higher. Like, it's a slight step, but it's not much. It's just this game has a significantly higher step, stage 5. That's its big take over PCB. The giant orb on top and bot looks super hard. That's Takamak. I mean, it's a spell that like I had to really like get a feel for. It doesn't really have a clear strat. Why would you do that to me? But like, I don't even have like a clear-cut strat. It just went from like, oh, I'd never cap this. I have like a 0 to 40, and then I just kind of cap it like 90% of the time or something. I don't practice the spell, and I cap it almost every run. It just kind of started working, and I just let it rip. Like, will die to it occasionally, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to call it easy. Like, it's a tricky spell. And it takes time to like, learn it, but it's a spell that I thought was going to be one of the peaks of the game, like one of the hardest spells when I started this grind, and it's not become as terrifying as I thought it was going to be. Going into this, like, the attacks that I thought were going to be the real problems were going to be Cat's Walk, Needles of Yore. That one less so than the others. I got a little surprised by how difficult Needles is, but I definitely still aware of that spell is going to suck. UNR, Petaflare, and Takamak, and Sub-Sun were all spells I was concerned about. Sub-Sun and Takamak, I'm not the biggest fans of, but like, I've made my complaints clear about Sub-Sun before. I kind of got surprised with how, you know, they're tricky, and they definitely kill. I'm not going to pretend that, but they're not the killers I thought they were going to be. Satori has really surprised me in the opposite direction. Like, in terms of what's harder than I expected it to be, it's really Satori. Satori's like the big standout there. I was really expecting Stage 4 as a whole to be easier than PCBs, and I find it being about as equivocable. Like, I was like, I don't have to deal with Lunasen on 2 anymore. I'm so happy. And the Satori spells have kind of surprised me. Especially because, like, I thought that, like, Fog Labyrinth was going to be the worst. I hate Fog Labyrinth. I was like, this one's going to suck the most. And it's not the one that sucks the most. It actually sucks the least. Out of at least the 3 Suika spells, because... was it something Hypnotism? Her first spell, which is the same for every character, is not much. Still occasionally die to Yugi. Still occasionally die to everything. You know, the rule of thumb is just everything's lethal, right? Like, you can have a 99% cap rate on something, but it will kill you 1% of the time. Maybe less, but like, everything can kill. And it's not like Yugi doesn't have anything that isn't noteworthy. Like, the lasers before her are notable. Like, they're not easy. They're definitely difficult. Or tricky. And Mount Uwu is surprisingly, well, maybe not surprisingly. Because I guess if you watch it, it kind of makes sense that it's a fairly difficult spell, comparatively. I'm just glad that Parsi isn't Chen. I'm kind of glad that, like... Because last time it was Letty into Chen, and then Chen was the problem. I'm kind of glad that Yamame's the problem, and it's not Parsi, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, Parsi can and will kill me. And probably because I'm talking good things about Parsi, she'll kill me right now, but... kind of... Although it's a little more tilting, resetting stage 1 specifically, it's kind of nicer having, like, stage 1 be the trickier part of the early game, rather than the stage 2 boss. Because, like, most of the times I get past Yamame, I'm like, okay, I have to deal with Parsi Final, and then I'm probably on stage 4 getting to, like, the mid-boss at least. But in PCB, it's like every time I reset a run, it's like, okay, is Chen gonna behave this time? You gotta wait several minutes to find out. At least with Yamame, it's earlier, right? Imagine if Oku and Yamame swapped their first nons. That'd be really funny, wouldn't it? Bro. Like, this stage 3 is definitely a bit tricky, but so too is Al's stage 3, so... I think this one's slightly easier, or at least a little more consistent. As much as I hate the Yelenons, you don't have to deal with, what was that, Maiden's Bunraku? Just doing weird things. Future form hell, snowing, what do you mean by this? Global cooling, that's what he's referring to. Everyone's concerned about global warming, but he actually was like, Gensokyo suffers from global cooling. I don't know how it's global if it's in Gensokyo, because it's not that big of a place, but we'll call it that. Oh, that was so low! Lasers bait me all the time. Those lasers are the master at baiting me, dude. It's unbelievable. Nito. You're a slutty bitch right now. Okay. You're a perfectly upstanding human citizen. I have no issues with you anymore. Or revoke what I said about your potential or non-potential sexual activity. Too far? Yeah, you're right. She did go too far down the screen. She didn't have to go that far. She could have just, like, gone to the side or gone up. But no, she went too far down. I know, it's crazy. Oh, I'm so ecstatic. Xenoblade X comes out in literally 2 days. Just the one miss that was... What was that, Sunday? I'm gonna hang myself because of that. Don't worry, Game Glitch, you're here just in time for about 15 minutes from now, or approximately, when I get to play Sakuya A. And then you or 11 get to sit here and complain about how Sakuya's the worst character in the game. In Lost Branch. Wait to see a loop build. You know I don't do those. You can't even make that joke, because you know I don't make the infinite loop Sakuya shenanigans. Okay. You know, every build is technically a loop build if you think about it, because you draw through your deck and then you loop through it again, right? Like, that's... Technically, every build loops. Checkmate, atheists. The Darkness. I've hit a few Embrace the Darknesses over the past few branches. Not like permanent items to add to my deck, but like I've hit a few of them off of random things that have put in good work. Why did I go to the right? That was a bad idea. To me, a loop deck is something where it's like you're drawing your deck in one turn, and then you're like redrawing it in the same turn. Or something like where you're drawing your hand over and over. Dude, without the Tenchi boss, there's already a Tenchi boss. Oops. Bro's throwing. He's vulnerable to that effect. For the last 50 HP. Is that something you're memeing about, or is that something that we've actually seen in, like, the hidden code or something, or that they talked about? Perfect crime. Koishi fans finally happy that their card might have another absolute minimal use. Alice has been getting some updates. Ooh, nice. When's she gonna drop? 5 hours? True second phase boss already? What do you want for second phase boss? Like, what do you mean by that? 5 years? No, it's not a 5 hours trust. It's just like Koishi. Keep dropping 5 hours. Is Koishi even out, like, outside of the beta, or is she still beta exclusive at this point? I don't even remember. Excuse me? I didn't even know what to do. She just dropped. Okay, you know what? I had my goes today. I think I'm running out of sauce. But she is fully okay. I didn't know for sure about that. In your head, that's not the Bucket Child. Bucket Child's the mid boss. I guess the closest thing you get to a second phase in Lost Branch isn't really a second phase, but is Remy. You get her below half, and then she pivots and changes up slightly. Otherwise, Doremi isn't a second phase fight in the sense of you're draining health bar and then she's moving on to a different phase, but, you know. Would you, like, just stop? Thank you. Why are you like this, Yamame? Damage equal all cards in your library, then remove all cards from play. Would that be good? Why would it be good? Deal 25 damage and then lose the game? Does that sound good? I don't care if you take every card in the game and deal 50 damage with it. With a card that says deal 50 damage, even if it costs 0 mana, and then it says you lose the game if, like, this doesn't work. Or if this doesn't, like, immediately end the battle, would that be good? I guess it could be okay. Especially, like, early game, but if you're scaling only with your deck size early game when you only have, like, 13 cards, heck, good? Deal, if it was like 5 mana, deal damage equal to the mana cost of all cards in your library, then exile all cards from play. I could see that. But then that sounds like it might be too good or too bad. It's a funny idea. Cards that do things based off of mana cost is funny. Yeah, if you exile everything, it just inevitably says you lose the game, right? Unless if this kills. We get a card that's 0 mana. It's a Koishi exclusive. That says 0 mana, exile, remove this card from library. Perfect Crime can no longer be found in card pools. Game you didn't win, shame. That must be because your game jam wasn't Honey Pop Touhou edition. Next time you gotta do that. I promise you. It'll work. I don't think that type of game is allowed at the game jam, but I'll play. I don't push things on me that I never promise. I can't promise I wouldn't play it ever, but I can't. I could say I'd probably play it at some point, but I can't say I would, like, do it on stream at the very least. I have appreciation for what the game jam is, but I personally am not, like, the most interested in the game jam, at least right now. Maybe my opinion will shift over the years. I have respect for it, but way more than people care about. Yeah. Well, I wasn't expecting you to come out here and be like, here's the greatest shmup known to man, you know? If it's something in the game jam, it's just expecting it to be a funny little something. Right? And by funny, I mean just like a, you know, most of the game jam games I've ever seen in my life are just like, here's a fun little thing. It's just a funny little thing, right? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop bringing my head into a wall.